Hey folks, today we've got an Olight Archer to have a look at. I think it's pretty safe to say that this is absolutely nothing like anything that Olight have released before. It's got this very unusual beam profile that I suspect you're either going to love or hate. With, as Olight described, a projector grade LED with a kind of focused square beam. And at least to me, a really nice, sleek design. The other thing that struck me as well, when I got it out of the box, was it feels like a little bar of gold. I don't know what I was expecting, but when you hold a torch, you go, oh yeah, that's satisfyingly hefty. So the initial impressions were really good. It's really simple to operate as well. It's got a one click on and a one click off. You can hold for a couple of seconds and lock it in or out, and we can cycle through our three main modes: low, medium and high. There's a moonlight on there as well, and a one click off again. Uses the standard tail cap charging there that we're used to with the Olights, and if it's important to you, the battery isn't user replaceable. Let's have a quick look at what it comes with. Nicely boxed with a thank you from Olight there. Some initial instructions. Another slight departure as well than what we're used to from Olight, which is this kind of plastic arrangement clip, belt clip on there as well. And it fits in there very securely. That's a really snug, firm fit. I mean, that's not going to kind of fall out, when you're moving around, etc. Let's have a look to see what the manual tells us. We've got the usual stuff in terms of its IPX rating and so forth. Max beam distance 535 meters, and its output high 1000 lumens for 1 minute, medium 300 lumens. So according to this, we're only going to get 1 minute. I've not found that to be the case, and I guess it depends on where you're actually using the light. In fact, let's just pause and I'll show you. I'll just get that out of the way. I was a little bit disappointed when I read that, to be honest with you. 1000 lumens, and it can only hold it for a minute. And I don't think Olight have done themselves any favours there. I mean, let me get it up to its highest. There we go. Start our timer. Let me turn the light on so you can see the Lux Meter. Now we can see the output there. What are we on about? The Lux Meter's reading 100 odd. And we can see there our timer. And what we'll discover, and again, I guess as I was just starting to say there, it depends on where you're using the light. I mean, if you're in the Sahara Desert, I suppose, and the thing's really hot to start off with, then I suppose it might get up to temperature pretty quick. But I found it hasn't been stepping down, nor is it getting particularly hot. What's the room temperature in here at the moment? 16. So as you can see there, the lights pretty quickly got up to the high 20s. But we're 1 minute in now, and there's no sign of it dropping off. And I'll just let this run. Just to demonstrate again, as I mentioned, Olight probably haven't done themselves any favours. You're going to get way longer than 1 minute. So that was that initial kind of or little bit of disappointment that was dispelled. And I have noticed this with a couple of the Olights, that they tend to be very conservative with their assessments of the step down, with a couple of exceptions. But let's leave that going there, and I'll fast forward it and we'll see what we get. So we're 4 minutes in now. Sorry, let me just move that out of the way. We started off around the 100, didn't we, on the Lux Meter, and it's, as you can see, it's holding pretty steady now at sort of the 88. And I have had my little temperature gauge on as well whilst we were doing it. And as you can see, it's just not getting hot. And I don't suppose you'd really expect it to, I suppose, would you? With only 1,000 lumens. I mean, that's just nothing excessive coming out of that at all, really, is there? And what I found is this will just carry on now at this. So if what's it lost, 10% power, something like that. So I really don't understand this kind of 1 minute and then dropping down to, you know, what was it? What did it say it was going to drop down to? 300 lumens. Well, as you can see, it's not. And I have been using this, and it's just run quite happily on its high mode at around that kind of moderate temperature. So let's take the Archer out and have a look and see what you think of the very, very unusual projector type beam. Let's go and have a look. Hi folks, we'll start off on high. Now you're going to love or hate this, aren't you? Yes, it's a square beam, not the horrible cheap and nasty square beams that we're used to, eBay specials and the like. That's a really, really nice pronounced spot. And you probably notice that I'm not moving the torch. There is a reasonable amount of peripheral spill. You know, I can certainly see around my feet, and if we move a little bit closer, so it's probably not what you would have expected. You know, normally with square beam torches, you know, we're looking at this type of thing, aren't we? You know, horrible. You know, no peripheral spill at all. You know, as opposed to that. Let's scroll through our modes. I think my camera's struggling a little bit with getting the focus on this, isn't it? That's our lowest mode, and we really haven't got much peripheral spill there at all. A little bit on that. Still a decent throw on it. And up to our high. Bit closer. So make of that what you will. I quite like it. Let's move along and get a little bit more distance on, and I'll show you again. A little bit further on with the Archer. I hope the camera's showing that. Well, let me zoom in for you there, 100 metres. I've lost a little bit of light gathering capability when I do that. It changes the focal ratio. It's pretty impressive, isn't it? And let me scroll through our modes. Low's just about doing it. Excuse me, medium and high. And move down the side of this lake. Hope the camera's focusing on this correctly. I can't see any further where I am now. It's about 200 metres over there. Back up again to those trees. Let's twist around this way as well and just show you a bit closer up along this path. Again, see, just a little bit of spill there for us. I'm glad it doesn't step down after the 1 minute either. Don't know why they put that in the manual, although I've perhaps gone on about it enough now, haven't I? But it really, really does perform well on this highest level, as you can see. Right, Catch you soon, folks.